let's continue with the thread view. So, we saw all of this, we know this one to change the editor type. You have this one. This one will allow you to change the mode of the object. You are in object mode here, and you can go in edit mode. That means you will be able to select vertices, edges, and faces. That means if I am face, I can select this, as you can see. So shift to select, control to remove, like that. Click, shift, etc., etc. On the vertices, this is the same, shift to add more. And if on the face you select all the vertices of the face, that will select the face too. You can also press shift to use two selection mode. I am in vertice and edge, like that. This one is interesting when you work in retopology. And if you press shift, you will select three: face, edge, and vertices. So most of the time I only use one because sometimes you will not have the result you want and you will select the wrong part of your object. So it's up to you. Shift, control to get rid, and control shift in fact to get rid. Like that. So shift to add and control shift to remove. Pretty easy. You have also this sculpt mode. And this sculpt mode allows you to sculpt your object. I use it a lot in polymodeling because if you use the grab tool, so this is the blob. Normally the grab tool is this, I think, the form. Grab this one. You can press G to use it. You will be able to move your object, and this is pretty useful. And as you can see, this is the tool tab, and in the tool tab you will have all the possibilities, and right now I have the symmetrize. So if I get rid of the symmetrize, the mirror X, I will just move this one. Okay? So F to change the size, and Shift F to change the power. So like that you can draw and modify your object pretty fast. So F, Shift F, let's do this. Bam. Bam, bam. And you can use the tools for the from the sculpt, shift to smooth, to smooth your object, etc., etc. So I use it a lot, and this is very useful. In fact, this was this this was because of this that I came to Blender for the modeling and part, and this is pretty nice. So you can come back in the object mode or in edit mode. You can press tab to go from the two last mode. Let's see, I'm in edit and sculpt mode. Normally, as you can see, I will switch between those two last mode, just like that. So object mode, sculpt mode. No, it will come back to the edit mode. This is weird. Should have something with the object mode here and the sculpt mode. No, it's not. Okay, well, too bad. Could be nice to have what I wanted to do. Okay, so after you have the vertex paint, and the weight paint, and the texture paint to make some texture, but I will not show you. And on each mode, as you can see, you will have different menu here. Object mode, edit mode, sculpt mode. Sculpt, you have some options for the sculpt. Vertex mode, as you can see. Weight paint, texture paint, etc., etc. And same here, everything will change. If I go in edit mode, I will have a lot of new tools. This is active tools. This is for beginners. When you are in one tool, you will stay in this tool. For example, if I select only this and I click, I should be able to click and drag, and I will directly stay in this mode to do what I want. This one will be the inset. If I click, normally, I should be able to, yes, this is working. Come here, come here. So, it's for beginners. Personally, I don't really like them, because you are locked in this mode, and I prefer to use the tools directly. I to make inset, E to make an extrude, etc., etc. So Control R to make a loop. You have also the bevel here. you can, let's see, select, I will select 3 to choose 1 on the keyboard to select the vertices, 2 the edges, 3 for the faces, and you can press Ctrl B to do this. Okay, so this is the same, I will undo to show you, as this one. Click and drag, like that. Because this one, you are directly on this mode, and you stay on this mode. And sometimes this is the same as those ones. Staying in the mode, most of the time you don't do repeating things. It's pretty rare, and I prefer to be in the mode I want, in the current mode, and call the tools, because I know the shortcuts. But it's nice for beginners, you can check if you want. If you press space, you will have them too, because we choose the space for the tools, like that. And that's it. Personally, I don't use them, but if you want to use them, check each one, check what you can do. As you can see, you have some options, like that, individual, extrude to cursor, add on normals, etc. Same for this one, offset edge upcut, same for this one, this is the knife, bisect. So yes, you can use them, but be careful, because you will stay inside each mode, and sometimes you will have, you will be locked on this mode. And personally, I prefer this one. So like I said, to continue, you have menus, and on each mode you have different menus. So on object mode, you will be able to edit the view, to show, for example, the sidebar. This is the N, the T panel, this one, the N panel, this one. You will have the tool settings. If I click, this is the tool setting. If I select a tool, I will have this. This is in fact the same as this one. This is exactly the same as this one. You will have some option here. And I don't know why they put those options here. Before it was here, it was easier to reach, but now it's hidden like that. Because this one, the origin, we will use it a lot. I already use it a lot, and too bad. It's not, it's hidden here. So, too bad. Yes, on the view you have the tool setting, you have the adjust last operation, and this one is this little menu here we did here. So let's go in edit mode, press E to extrude, and as you can see here I will have some options, and this is the last operation, and you can edit the what you did directly like that. Choose the normals, the cursor, the global, flip the normals if necessary. Proportional editing with the proportional tools, etc., etc., as you can see. So this is the redo, or the new name, adjust last operation. And you have to know that once you made it, you cannot come back. Normally there is a menu to come back, but it's not working pretty nicely. It's not Maya. Blender is not Maya, and you will not do this. If you made something, you edit it once, and that's it. You cannot come back after. It will not work all the time. So normally, if I do this, as you can see, you will get rid of this one. So I personally think it's not a good idea to hide it, because all the time you will need it. And if you come here, you will be able to place it here. It will not bother you, just like that. So after, you have some other options. So check every options. For example, from selected. It's pretty interesting. From all to see all. You have some shortcuts too here. So check. You have the local view. The local view is that if you have several objects, if you call the local view, as you can see, local view, toggle local view, numpad / boom, you will have this, like that. I want, as you can see, this is one thing I dislike. I wanted to select this one, I'm stuck in this one, so be sure to only be in this one, and boom, bam. So as you can see, this is interesting, like that. So check everything. You have the viewpoint, you can change it to go in the top view, navigation, orbit, pan, align to view, view region, make a render image of the 3D view. So this is pretty useful. You can have something pretty nice. You have the select to select all. You will click again, so that we normally deselect, Alt A Alt A, Alt A. But before it was W, you can press WA, that will deselect everything. Or Alt A. So they change all of these, they change it all the time, so it's difficult to keep, to know everything. So, you have the invert. To invert, if I select this one, invert, that will invert it. But, as you can see, that will not put one in active tool. And you can see the difference between, other selection and, not active tool, but active object and active object. The orange is different. So you need to have, one object active to be able to do something on it. If you don't have something active, let's press A, it will not work. You will not have the result you want. So all the time you need to make it active. So okay, you can continue. You have the box select, the circle select with the shortcuts, the mirror selection, select more or less, select grouped. Check everything. This is really important. I say that all the time, but that will help you a lot. Test everything on each menu on what you can do. And you will learn a lot of things that a lot of people don't know, because people only do what they see in tutorials, but they don't check, they don't search what they can do really in Blender. So check everything, go in the documentation manual and see what you can do, and you can be sure you will learn a lot. So this add button is to add object in the scene if you want to add a plane. And as you can see, the plane will be under cursor. Always the new object will be under cursor if I add a cube. And as you can see, the option is on the 3D cursor. You can choose it after. Like that. If I do this, add, let's see, a cylinder, like that. And if you place the cursor like that, the cursor will be depending on the view. And since you have nothing selected, the cursor will be rotated, as you can see. Sadly, we cannot zoom on it. It's not an object. And if you want to get rid of this rotation, you can press N. You have 3D cursor, and you can click and drag, and press 0 and enter. And like that, as you can see now, if I add another object, let's see a cone, boom, it will be straight, like that. So with this, you can move the cursor, like that. If you want, you can add, let's see, a torus here, and you will have it, like that. So the cursor information are really useful. And this one is the last operation. You can create primitives, but once you select something else, you cannot come back on this one and to edit it. So this is too bad. That's why I created with SpeedFlow some custom editable primitive. I can edit them on the fly directly. But on Blender, once you edited, you moved, you select something else, this is finished. You cannot edit this one anymore. Too bad. So let's continue here. We have the add. You can add meshes, curves, surface. Honestly, this one you will never use it. I don't know why they don't get rid of it, because it's nobody use it. The metables are really nice. I like them. Could be nice to improve them. As you can see, the metables will give you something like that. You can scale it up, and you can make Shift D to duplicate, like that. And you can make some something like that. And if you select the first one, this is the result. You can come here, convert to mesh, and boom, now this is a mesh, this is one object. Let's remove it. You have the text, grease pencil to draw grease pencils. If you, for example, I create a monkey, I will have a monkey in grease pencil, like that. And if I come here, I will have the lines, and here the fills, like that. So this is grease pencil. This is pretty nice. You can create armature to make some bones, like that. And you can extrude them. E to extrude, middle mouse button to constrain on this axis. E, middle mouse button, like that. And as you can see, I don't use all of this, because for me this is faster to do this like that. I don't have to come here, to come here, to come here. I'm working directly like that, and let's see, I will just move it here like that. So as you can see, this is faster for me, in my opinion. So you can create empties. Empties are really useful. You can create different types of empties. Arrow, like that. Up. Single arrow. And that will help you to deal with your object. And on Blender, it's not like on Maya. You cannot select this and press Ctrl G to create a group and have the group here. You need it's like XSC. You need to parent those two to this one. You will press Ctrl P and you will choose, for example, keep transform. And now you will be able to move this one. So this is different from Maya. I would prefer to have the same as Maya, but it's not possible, sadly. And normally, I don't remember, because I'm using some pie menus, but you can get rid of the parent normally. So, relation, no, parent normally, search parent. I don't use all of this. So, this is, parent, and you can clear parent, Alt P, yes, I don't know why it's not working. And here it's working. So I was right, it's Alt P, but it wasn't working. Okay, so you can add light prop, because I'm in Eevee. If I change to cycle, you will see you will not have the light. Yes, we will have it. That should get rid of this one. That should be context sensitive, because you will not use those ones in cycle. So that should get rid of this. Let's continue. Camera, speaker, force field, etc., etc. Okay. After, depending on the selection on the object, you will have different possibilities. Transform, set origin, mirror, clear. Normally I should not have the set origin on this one, but as you can see this is visible, but it will not work because you cannot change the origin of empties. So once again, something that should be context sensitive. That means if I have a selection, I should not have the set origin on this one. Same for some mirror, etc. So there is still a lot of work on Blender in my opinion. So you can parent object, you can create collection, move to collection, link collection, create a new collection. As you can see, you have the shortcuts here. So I can press Ctrl G, that will create a collection. I can name it. I will name it empty, like that. Enter. And normally I should have my collection, but it seems create new collection. Yes, empty. It's created. I am in view layer. And I cannot see my collection. Why? Maybe this one is not working, because normally it's M to create a new collection. Like that. New collection, empty. Yep, like that. And now I will see it here. And I will have my object. I can press M and place this object in my collection. So I will choose the collection, boom, the object will be in the collection. Same, empty. And that's it. And as you can see, you have empty 001.001 because I created a previous collection, but it wasn't here. So I think it's a bug, and I should have my first empty directly here. But right now, this isn't visible. Okay. So, on the object, you can do a lot of things. So, as always, check what you can do. You can transform, move, rotate, scale. You can make to sphere, shear, bend if you want, pull, push. You can change the origin of the object, origin to geometry, origin to 3D cursor. The origin is this button here. So as you can see, I will place my cursor here. I will select my object. I will press set origin to 3D cursor, and boom, the origin now is there. Okay? If I do set origin to geometry, the origin will come back on the geometry. You can normally also select, let's see, a face, but this time you will place the cursor here, and after you will place the origin here. Normally is Shift S. You will place cursor to selection. You come back in object mode with tab, as we saw previously. And now you will press set origin to 3D cursor, and that will place the origin directly on the cursor. So as you can see, this is pretty complicated. So let's check the other part. I will let you check this. You can apply delocation rotation, you can clear delocation derotation. You have all the shortcuts here. You can duplicate object, Shift D, I already showed you this. You can duplicate linked, that means if I press Alt D, if I edit this one, that will edit the other one. So this is pretty useful. You can make a different rotation, different scale, like that. And if I edit this one, if I press E to extrude, the other will follow. So this is the difference. Shift D, if I do this, will just duplicate it, and now this one, if I press I to inset, E to extrude, as you can see, this one will follow because they are linked, and this one will not, because it's not linked. So that's it. You can check everything, parent, collection, we saw collection doesn't work, relation, track, it's up to you to check everything, always check everything. So in edit mode, same, you will have view select, add, to create another mesh in edit mode, and if I add it in edit mode, as you can see now, this is one and only mesh. So after you can go in edit mode, press X and delete faces, and you get rid of this one. So tab to go in edit mode, you will have so the mesh for some possibilities, transform, rotate, etc., etc. The vertex to add some tool in vertex mode, to get rid of the vertices, to merge vertices, to create a hook on the vertices, etc. Edges, same tool for edges, and face. So you can press Ctrl V to call the vertex menu, Ctrl F the face menu, Ctrl E the edge menu. Previously there was the W menu, but I don't know where is it now. Honestly, this is pretty weird. And you also have RMB to choose. For example, I'm in face mode, so RMB, I will have the face context menu. If I go in vertex mode, RMB, I will be in context vertex menu, in vertex context menu. If I go press 2 in edge mode, I will have this one. Okay? And if I come back in object, I will have another one. So this is the object context menu, with some settings here. Some you will have here. Not everything, but some. Okay? So, as you can see, this is context sensitive, this is pretty useful. You can also use the quick favorite, and I will show you this later. This one will allow you to add object, tool operator, we call them, directly in a special menu you will call all the time. So this is pretty useful. For example, if I want the cursor, I can press add to quick favorite, like that. And if I press Q, I will have my cursor. And now I'm in cursor. If I do this here, add to quick favorite, Q, tweak, Q, cursor, like that. Normally, if you press LMB, you can remove them, like that. Remove, and now if I press Q, I will not have them. So this is the same for everything. Normally, you can add to quick favorite this one. You can come here. No, this one you cannot. Too bad. Could be nice to have it. This too bad. Those one are really useful. So sadly, it's not. This one is. So if I press Q, show overlays, I will have this. Okay. So that's it for the menus. And we will see now this part and after this one.